What up, everybody? It is currently like upper 30s, 38 degrees, something like that. I don't know. I got a coat on. It's not too bad. But I'm walking because I'm bored, trying to stay warm. Got nowhere to go, really. At least I know what direction I'm headed. But anyway, wanted to talk a little bit about my sober journey here lately. And, I've been real quiet. I haven't really been on live. But I think it's important to talk about. I got sober when my daughter was born, December of 2018. And since that time, I have not drank or smoked or done Xanax or anything that I used to do. Cocaine, methamphetamines, LSD, DMT, MDMA. I don't know if I said cocaine or not, but that was one of them. I haven't done any of these things since December of 2018. And man, it's been 7 years. And I think back to the first year, which sucked the most. I had done so much damage to my neural pathways that I literally had to rediscover who I was as I was becoming somebody new. And if you haven't been through addiction like I have, then you wouldn't understand what I'm saying. But basically, the chemicals in your brain take a long time to balance back out. And when your brain's used to being flooded with all these chemicals, it can take, on average, around 3 years. 3 years, plus or minus, depending on how long you were addicted and the damage you did. But it can take about 3 years before your neural pathways go back to being normal. And that's putting it lightly. So for those first 3 years, the addict in your life could be mad, angry, sad, all over the place, yelling, screaming. It doesn't make any sense to you. Okay, I'm letting you know, if you're dealing with a individual going through sobriety and they're early on in their sobriety, buckle up, buddy, because you're going to be dealing with that for like the first 3 years if you're really actually going to help and see them through it. It's going to take them a while to get back to where they used to be. Okay, the damage wasn't done in a day. It's not going to be fixed in a day. Okay. So yeah, first year was hard. I was acting completely out of character. I was doing things that aren't normal for most people to do, and caught some charges. Got arrested around circa 2020. I was in and out of jail, and 2022-ish, leading up to when I started being homeless, in December of, that would have been December of 23. Yeah. It's hard to believe I've been homeless for almost 2 years now. But up till 2023, I was living life in recovery. Job market wasn't very stable because I was in and out of jail dealing with the problems that I had to deal with on the legal aspect of things. Which, matter of fact, I'm still going through, kind of. But I digress. Long story short, if you'd asked me in November of 2023 how life was going to go, I'd have told you it was going to get better. Now, ended up splitting from my kid's mom, left the house and all of my property, everything there. She cheated. She called the police on me and kept trying to get me in trouble. So I just said, you know what? All my property, everything. Thousands of dollars worth of fishing gear, everything. Her and the kid, I was like, you know what? It's not even worth me trying to see my daughter because I'm trying to not end up in more trouble, right? And I'm trying to maintain my sobriety and everything else. So you know what? Let's separate from this situation. You want to run off with my kid? Go ahead. I would fight like hell to see my daughter if I could. I'd do anything to take her to a park for 5 minutes. But let's be honest. My situation hasn't gotten any better, so I don't really have a leg to stand on when it comes to seeing my daughter. And that eats at me every single day. Like, it all gets to me. You know what I mean? It all gets to me. Where was I at? See, my house didn't burn down or nothing. But I'm just speaking hypotheticals here, okay? I was 5 years sober when this homelessness stuff started for me. Okay? Now, I'm just going to use the analogy of a house catching on fire. Nobody tells you when you're 5 years sober, your house is going to burn down. And you're going to be living on the streets. And the world's going to go to war in Gaza. And there's going to be all these tariffs. And it's going to make it really difficult to find a job. Especially when you have a felony and no license. And so the job market's going to get real hard. You know, nobody could have predicted that. But somehow, after 2 years on these streets, in one of the top 15 most dangerous cities, Rockford, Illinois, somehow, going to the bar every single night with all of my friends, some who drink and some who don't. And somehow, 2 years on the streets with people doing heroin right in front of me under the Whitman Street Bridge as I'm trying to go to bed, right next to my next door neighbor, putting a rig in their arm. And somehow, I managed to stay sober this whole time. Now, heroin was never a problem for me, and I would never touch that drug. And please, God, if you've never touched that drug, don't even fucking consider it. It's not a drug. It's a loaded gun. It kills people. That's what it does, okay? It's Russian roulette. Don't touch heroin. Period. Don't touch any drugs, but, like, especially not heroin. It killed my best friend. It killed a lot of people. It's not a drug. I don't know why they don't consider it capital murder to sell that stuff. I don't. It's not a drug. It kills people. It doesn't get them high. It literally temporarily shuts down their nervous system and turns them into a limp noodle. They're dead. And every time they wake up, they're lucky to be alive. It's not a drug. You're not getting high. You're dying. You're crossing the spiritual plane and coming back. That's bad. Bad stuff. Don't touch it. You want to meet God? Do something else. I won't say which drug it is, but there's a couple drugs out there make you certainly think you met God, and heroin's not one of them. So don't do that. I seriously believe people who do heroin are really actually suicidal. It's like hand in hand, for real. It's like, hey, here's a gun. You might not die. Like, no, bad. It's public enemy number one, in my opinion, is people who sell heroin and pedophiles. Fuck all of those people. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just ranting at my camera, guys. Feel free to drop a comment or hit my inbox or whatever. I don't know. I'm always up to talk, chat, whatever. But yeah, nobody tells you when you're 5 years sober, your house is going to burn down. And I just wanted to make it known. If I can do it, you can do it too, okay? If you're going through recovery and you're strong in your recovery and you happen to make it to this part of this video, I just want to remind you, sometimes life sucks. Be strong. Be strong, and remember, no matter what, it could always suck worse. I was going to do Drink in My Hand tonight. I was going to sing Drink in My Hand, but I didn't really think I could hit it, so I was like, I didn't. But, like, all you got to do is put a drink in my hand, and I'm in prison. It's that bad. You know what I mean? Like, And that's something I've come to learn about myself, which is why I stay sober. You know, I'm doing everything I need to do as far as probation, going to therapy, passing my drug tests. I don't have court anymore. Thank God for that. That's awesome. God bless. So no more court dates. But I'm making it on time to my appointments, and I am trying like hell to find a job, guys. If you made it to the end of this video, which I highly doubt some of you guys did, except for my OG followers, I am trying like hell to find a job. Okay? I am walking right now to hopefully grab a change of clothes, and I'm getting ready to go for an interview in the morning. Hopefully 2 interviews. I have to go to another company and check on an application. I don't know if they're going to give me an interview there or not, but I'm trying like hell. Okay, so tomorrow is Monday. Again, I won't be live. I haven't been live lately, and that is because I am trying like hell to find a job, y'all. I'm still posting my Music Mondays on Suicide Registry Organization page. I'm still sharing stuff into the Sober Lit family, and I just put out the poster for October 31st. Halloween at Whiskey's. Sober Lit family will be there. They got a show going on. So, yeah. But as far as live videos, I've kind of taken a step back away from that. Just because I really am focusing on finding a job, and I just can't believe that somebody that tries as hard as I do cannot find a job, Like, I'll give you an example. I've been calling Aerotech every single Monday for the last year and a half. Okay? Mind you, I still call temp agencies sometimes when I have a job because I'll look for a better job, But in terms of this particular company, I've been calling Aerotech for a year and a half, and they've never once called me for a job. Ever. And somebody who I know just got out of prison not even a month ago, and they call him and got him a job. And I called him back. I said, hey man, I've been on this list for over a year and y'all never called me about a job. But then my buddy gets out of prison. I've been out for a long time, and I never went to prison. I went to jail. So like, I haven't done nothing in a long time, and he's literally out on parole, fresh out. You just got him a job like that. I'm like, how did that happen? How did somebody who's been on the list for a year and a half slip through the cracks on an entry-level position? Why did I never get the call? Happens all the time. Been trying to get into a Woodward governor for months. And the friend of mine who referred me for the job, whose name's on my application, who's worked there for years, says they brought in a new round of employees last week. I've been calling like hell, never got a call back from the HR lady or anybody. So what is going on? Home City Ice, another one been trying to get into. Several of the roll thread factories. I've got 10 years experience in the roll thread industry. We'll see what happens, but I'm trying, guys. Somebody left a comment, a really insensitive comment about me not having a job the other day, and I'm like, it's not from a lack of effort, dude. Like, unless you're here to offer me a job, take your negative energy elsewhere, because I'm really trying. So I ain't got time to hear that negativity. Sorry, it's cold. But anyway, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate anybody who has not unfollowed. I've only had a couple unfollows, which is like beautiful, awesome, amazing. Thank you for your support, because every video you watch on here helps me not be homeless anymore. When I can find a job, yes, I know I mentioned back in spring of this year, probably March or April, I think I mentioned March. Yes, I had a job at the time. I was just about to do all that, and then I had to take what money I had saved to get me through this little rough patch that I'm in right now. I do have money saved up. I'm not totally broke. I'm cool. I don't spend money. So when I was making money, I did manage to save some money, but that savings is running out. And if I would have kept working, that savings was meant to go towards a lot of different stuff. I have an entire podcast studio and a storage unit. Everything I need for my podcast studio sitting in a storage unit, along with my dirt bike and a couple other, my truck, a couple possessions I've managed to hold on to throughout the years, clothes and stuff. All I gotta do is just get a job and get some stuff rolling, man. But merch is coming. Mark my words. Whenever I get a job, that'll be the next thing I roll out, because I'm going to need an additional source of income. So, if y'all want the homeless man to not be homeless no more, the homeless man don't never ask for money. I've never asked anybody for anything, all right? Old Muslim principle. Never do this. Never do this. Never ask for a handout. Never ask for a handout. But I will sell you guys some t-shirts and some hats. And then that way, when anybody asks you who the homeless man is, you can tell them my name. Let's see, this is going to be the last time I'm live for a while, and if you watch this far, I know you care to hear it, so. Podcasting. Again, my number one focus is finding a job right now. It's not using my phone to send emails to get on podcasts to be a guest when I don't even know where I'm going to live yet. I don't know. But I have everything for my podcast studio whenever I eventually find a place to live. I don't know, it just seems so far out, but I've said this before, I don't have a by the end of the month goal or by the end of the year goal or whatever. It's the rest of my life plan. Okay? Suicide Registry Organization will become a rehab facility before I die. Mark my words. I'm going to spend the rest of my life on that one goal of turning that into a rehab facility unlike any other in the world, with the Sober Lit family to back it up. That's why I'm learning about setting up music events and festivals and different things. Like, I already know this, but a lot of you guys probably don't know this. It's not as easy as just throwing a concert and having 1,000 people show up. You kind of got to do it year by year and grow it organically. Nothing just happens. So, right now, like I said, main focus, finding a job, and then increasing my income. Housing, I don't fucking know, man. Like I said, it's one day at a time. I have not given up on this by any means. I'll tell you guys that. It's my goal to have annual fundraisers and pay to send people to rehab. I don't want anybody to not be able to afford rehab. If you want to go to rehab, I think you should be able to go to rehab, period. I don't think anything should be asked of you, anything. If you should just go, if you want to go to rehab, you should just be able to go to rehab. That's what I think. And I also don't think that anybody collecting Section 8 or food stamps should be doing drugs. I'm just saying. They need to start drug testing them people. All right? People need to be more self-sufficient. And the first way we do that is get people off of drugs. It's like a real good idea. You know what I mean? I said it the other day. If you want to make the world a better place, stay sober and stay alive. Because you're going to need to have a level head, and you're going to have to be around to deal with what's going on in this world. Okay? This world is not going to be a better place by leaving it just because you feel it's a bad place. You should stay, and you should do whatever you can to try to make it better before you go. That's my advice for anybody who's suicidal, because that's the way I live my life every single day. I don't want to be here, you know? But if I am going to be here, then I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to make it a little bit better so that more people won't want to not be here like me. I don't know. That's common sense to me, but some people need to hear it. Because I've said it before. Suicide happens at a rate 7 times faster than overdose. It's another fact a lot of people don't know. But anyway, I think that's enough ranting. You guys probably won't see me for a while. I'm trying like hell to find a job. No way around it. That's what I'm doing. Because it's about to get cold, and I cannot go through winter with no money for like a hotel or anything for the night. Like, I need a job yesterday. Forgot what else I was going to say. Trying to think, guys, because once I head off here, this is going to be my last live for probably till I find a job. Dun, 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 dun. See if it comes to me. What I was thinking about saying. Yeah, I don't know. I got way too much on my mind. It's getting too cold at night. One day at a time. All I can say, one day at a time, and just stay positive, y'all. Stay positive. Believe me, your life can get a lot worse. Whatever the hell you got going on, I promise you it's not as bad as this. And if I can stay sober through it, man, shit, so can you. Whatever you got going on, ain't nothing like this. It's bad out here. I'm like 3 blocks away from where a homeless person recently got stabbed to death. So yeah, it'd be like that. Whitman Street Bridge. It's actually somebody I knew. But not going to talk about that. Shit happens. See y'all next time. Y'all know what to do. Love yourself. Love others. Love the world around you.